Patrick!
Dad, it's Custer County Sheriff's Office. Can you hear us?
2025년 5월 10일 아이다호주 샬리스의 외딴 산길, 카운티 보안관들이 버려진 트럭 한 대에 다가갑니다. 차 안에는 반려견 한 마리만 덩그러니 남겨져 있을 뿐 47세의 트럭 주인 패트릭 쉘트는 며칠째 흔적도 없이 사라진 상태입니다.
He's messed himself.
Yeah, I believe it. Hi, buddy.
Would he leave his dog?
No, I don't think so.
Is there any reason to think he's in danger?
No,
Beyond, like, hey, it's just, this is unusual.
just unusual, yes.
Okay.
거친 대자연에 둘러싸인 이 고립된 마을에서 과연 그에게 무슨 일이 벌어진 걸까요? 오늘은 경찰 바디캠 영상 속에 숨겨진 한 살인마의 소름 돋는 심리 변화와 통제 욕구를 함께 보겠습니다.
Who are you? So what are you coming out here for?
If I got you excited.
한 여성이 커스터 카운티 보안관실로 걸어들어와 실종자 신고서를 접수합니다.
Do you know what he was wearing last when he left?
Pair of boots, blue jeans, and I think it was a dark t-shirt and baseball cap, and he's got a little pug rider that is with him everywhere.
And who is he to you? Is this your son? Who is Patrick to
Just
you?
one of my dear kids that I've taken under my wing.
Okay, so not biological.
No, and I have his phone number, but he hasn't answered, so.
Okay, yeah, if we could collect that. And you said the last time you saw him was Tuesday night. Was that at your residence? Or where was that you saw
He
him
came
last?
to my house.
토요일인 오늘 패트릭 쉘튼의 행방이 묘연해진 지 5일째에 접어들었습니다. 종종 있는 일이긴 해도 양어머니 헬렌의 불안감은 커져만 갑니다. 그와 어떤 방식으로도 연락이 닿지 않고 있기 때문이죠.
Does this picture resemble what he looks like right now?
His beard is a little fuller and his hair is better shape than that, but
Okay.
yeah, blue eyes.
Okay. Is that maybe the best picture you have right now of him?
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be back Wednesday morning.
Wednesday, sometime told me to see me tomorrow. That's what he
Okay.
said.
하지만 끝내 그는 모습을 드러내지 않았습니다. 샬리스의 일정한 거처는 없었지만 모두가 서로를 속속들이 아는 이 작은 마을에서는 꽤나 익숙한 얼굴이었죠. 그는 사람들과 어울려 지내기도 했지만 남의 사유지에 함부로 캠핑카를 세워두어 마차를 빚기도 했습니다. 평소 산기슭에서 장작을 패내다 파는 일로 대부분의 시간을 보냈기에 헬렌은 그가 산에서 불의의 사고를 당한 것은 아닌지 깊은 시름에 잠겨 있습니다.
So we'll go see if we can find him. At least locate his camp and see if it's been recently used or not. If he's not there.
Yeah.
So past the ghost town, but obviously before the lakes.
Before the lakes, yeah.
Do we know what he's driving?
2001 red Dodge.
No front bumper.
No front bumper.
Got a black rack on the back.
Yep, his logging truck.
What he hauled firewood with. Yes.
Yep.
하지만 진실을 알고 있을지도 모르는 인물이 아직 한 명 남아 있습니다. 과연 그가 언덕 위로 올라가긴 한 것인지 그 결정적인 의문을 풀어줄 사람 말이죠.
Went to Alan Bruce's. Alan Bruce saw him when he got there, but we don't know yet. She doesn't know when he left Alan Bruce's.
Okay.
She hasn't seen him.
Okay.
I remember you mentioned something about when you talked about him going to Alan Bruce's. It seemed like you said something to where they had some conflict recently. They have.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why he went there?
He was supposed to go move his motorhomes, and when he got out there, Alan had moved them with the bulldozer.
Okay.
Not good.
Okay.
Probably screwed up the transmissions, and I don't know. I try not to get in the middle of this.
70세의 앨런 브루스는 이 마을의 또 다른 주민으로 외곽의 한적한 시골 부지에 거주하고 있습니다. 패트릭과의 마찰이 그에게 처음 있는 일은 아니었습니다. 과거에도 재산권 분쟁에 휘말린 적이 있으며 특히 작년에는 방화 혐의까지 제기된 전력이 있죠. 만약 그가 패트릭의 재산에 해를 가했다면 격분한 패트릭이 홧김에 마을을 떠났을 가능성도 배제할 수 없습니다. 오후 5시 25분 보안관들이 앨런의 사유지에 도착합니다.
Hey, Alan. How's it going? One thing after another? That seems to be the way it is. Shoot, I'm kind of doing two jobs myself, ranching, and it's one thing after another for me too.
여기서 경찰이 방문 목적을 밝히기도 전에 앨런이 보이는 첫 반응에 주목해 보십시오. 그는 묻지도 않은 자신의 바쁜 일상을 늘어놓습니다. 범죄 심리학에서 유죄를 숨기고 있는 용의자들은 종종 이런 과장된 짜증으로 상황의 주도권을 쥐려 합니다. 불안감을 감추기 위해 선제적인 방어막을 치는 전형적인 행동이자 침묵을 견디지 못하고 불필요한 정보로 대화를 채우는 회피성 말하기입니다.
Hey, I was just coming to chat with you. We had a report that no one knows where Pat is right now?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay. And I just wanted to touch bases with you because I know he was you got the stuff off your property, but he was going to come by to pick it up, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever see him on that?
I did.
Okay.
They came by here. He was unhappy, very unhappy.
Okay, but it was just all kind of verbal argument or something, or he's just, okay. And he went and got his stuff then, or?
Well, he still has some stuff here, and he said he wanted to go cut some wood. He needs some money,
Oh, okay.
so he's probably out somewhere out there. Maybe broke down. I don't know.
이런 좁은 마을에선 소문이 삽시간에 퍼집니다. 앨런은 패트릭의 실종 사실을 이미 알고 있었죠. 보안관들이 그의 사유지에 도착하기도 전에 말입니다.
Because we based off of what people have told us, we just put a missing person out right now, just so we can try to locate them. You know.
Kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to create a timeline so I know who last saw him. So when was that he showed up here?
2 nights ago.
Does he still have stuff here then?
He does.
Oh,
They
okay.
get it all out.
Oh, okay.
Like that shed, that wooden shed is his.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And the tires in it, and that. And you can see there's a pickup rack just over that board.
Oh, just the steel there
Yeah, the
poking
steel-
up?
steel
Oh,
that's
okay.
his.
So he got some of it though?
Yeah,
Do you know where he was taking it to?
taking it down to his motorhomes.
Oh, where are his motorhomes?
Right here, you walk over here and you see.
Okay. Oh, there. Okay. So you said you saw him Thursday night, and then he
Thursday
went
night.
up to go get wood.
Right.
Okay. Do you know where he goes to get wood, or?
Well, actually, his truck had a problem. We worked out a trade on the end road for a boat trailer he wanted really bad, and he left his truck here Friday all day, and
Okay.
came and got it Friday evening and went to cut wood.
그런데 얼마 후 앨런의 말이 바뀝니다.
A little work on his truck. It's out here Friday, and then Friday night he took off.
Right. So last night.
Yeah.
Okay. So did he stay here last night, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. And he didn't tell you where he was going to get the wood?
Hold on. It
Okay.
was Thursday night he left here, not last night.
Okay. So yesterday he wasn't here. It was Thursday night then.
Right.
Did he tell you where he was going other than the wood?
No.
Okay.
현재 그의 행동과 몸짓에서는 미세한 긴장감이 묻어납니다. 비록 잦은 갈등을 빚던 사이였더라도 실종된 이웃을 진심으로 걱정해서 나오는 반응일 수 있습니다. 하지만 어쩌면 그가 아직 털어놓지 않은 다른 진실이 존재하는 것일지도 모릅니다.
So Thursday night, just trying to think. You may be the last person that saw him because he would have then gone up there that night potentially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
보안관들의 시선이 사유지 곳곳을 훑고 지나갑니다. 수색영장이 없기 때문에 마당에 세워진 차량 내부를 들여다볼 수 없는 답답한 상황이죠. 그러나 단 하나 확실한 것이 있습니다. 패트릭이 타고 다니던 빨간색 다찌가 이 구역에는 없다는 사실입니다.
You recognize any of this stuff? Is this his stuff?
This is Pat's stuff. Yeah.
Are these your footprints?
No?
Take a photo of those. That's just open.
Yeah, that one looks open. I think it looks cut. Or broken.
This isn't, unless there's that red bolt.
Well, I imagine the bolt was there.
Right, well, I mean,
Or the...
if that is a dead bolt, but, that's an additional.
I'm assuming Alan had to access it to put it in neutral, which technically you could be looking at unlawful entry.
하지만 앨런의 재산 관련 범죄 전력만으로는 패트릭이 어디로 사라졌는지 온전히 설명할 수 없습니다. 추가적인 단서를 찾기 위해 보안관들이 지나가던 이웃 주민을 불러 세웁니다.
I'm kind of curious because you live right down here. Do you keep track of what goes on around here?
Not really.
No?
I knew his other truck, the red one,
Yeah.
red Dodge.
Yep.
Like, it could be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, he'd come up through here.
오후 7시 45분 보안관들은 길을 따라 언덕 위로 향합니다. 평소 그가 트럭을 몰고 자주 오르내리던 바로 그 장소입니다.
So these tracks, I don't know if we're going to get better ones, but
So there was a set that flowed in here, whether that's his or. Let me check the road real quick. Remind me when we get back to look up weather patterns. Starting, Tuesday. You can see the top of his truck. Oh, the roof rack. chainsaw in the back.
No.
Dog's in the seat.
Alive?
What was the dog's name?
Ryder.
Ryder, buddy. Ryder.
Pat, can you hear us?
심리학적으로 반려동물에 대한 애착이 강한 사람은 극한의 위기 상황이 아니면 결코 동물을 방치하지 않습니다. 차문이 열린 채 반려견만 남겨져 있다는 건 그가 자발적으로 현장을 떠난 것이 아니라 갑작스럽고 강압적인 상황에 의해 분리되었음을 강력하게 시사하죠.
Do a 360 around the truck, looking for drag, blood, anything. Okay, so we're at the vehicle. He is not. His dog is in the truck. So we're gonna need somebody to take the dog if we can't locate him tonight, but that's secondary. We've called out to him, seeing if he would call back. We've got no response. I don't see any evidence of struggle or anything like that. We're still conducting our investigation on that. But his chainsaw's not in the truck, so I'm wondering if he may have gone down with it. I need you to get a hold of the boss and see about a possible search and rescue from this location, and or maybe in the morning. But we kind of want his thoughts and feelings on it. We're not going to be able to cover enough ground with the three of us to really make a difference unless he's just down in a cop somewhere. The chainsaw's not here. He always has his chainsaw. I'm thinking so.
I was talking to somebody mentioning that, like, he takes it everywhere with him. It's pretty unusual that it's sitting in the truck. I kind of want to walk down there and see if his behavior still points that way.
Right. Let's walk him.
Come on. Show us. Show us, buddy. Where are we going, dude?
하지만 라이더의 반응은 수사관들을 헛갈리게 만들 뿐이었습니다. 평소 주인을 따르던 개마저 그가 어디로 사라졌는지 전혀 갈피를 못 잡고 있죠. 땅거미가 깔리기 시작한 외딴 산기슭, 귓가를 스치는 모든 소리가 보안관들의 신경을 극도로 날카롭게 만듭니다.
Did you hear that?
Negative.
Sounded almost like a chainsaw trying to start.
What direction?
From the front of the truck, just a little bit. If you're facing away from the truck, just a little bit to the right.
We ought to note on the windshield.
In case he comes back and finds his dog gone.
Yeah,
Why would you be using a chainsaw this late at night, though?
he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't been running it
No.
all day.
Would that travel farther than a voice? Why would he use that to try and communicate, though? I don't like the idea of waiting till morning now.
수색 첫날 밤, 칠흑 같은 어둠이 깔리자 경찰은 수색을 잠시 중단하고 야간 경계에 들어갑니다. 그런데 늦은 밤, 세먼강 주변을 배회하는 수상한 인형이 포착됩니다.
Who are you? Well, there weren't a lot of lights until you started spotlighting me. Stop right there. Just go ahead and stop right there. So what are you coming out here for?
That guy there, Patrick Shelton, that's his stuff. I'm kind of looking after a little bit.
놀랍게도 또 앨런이었습니다.
So what are you doing? You're just keeping an eye on.
Patrick Shelton's ship.
Okay.
Got a little fever problem going on down here, and I just want to make sure he works that guy's.
You having a little what problem?
Thieving.
What-
Thievery.
Thievery. Okay.
Excuse me for if I got you excited.
All right.
한밤중에 강가를 서성이는 용의자. 이는 범죄자가 자신이 증거를 은닉한 장소로 다시 이끌리듯 돌아오는 회귀 본능입니다. 완벽하게 숨겨졌는지 확인하려는 강박 때문이죠. 게다가 그는 경찰에게 동네에 도둑질 문제가 있어서 나왔다고 변명합니다. 가상의 범죄자를 경계하는 척하는 것. 심리학에서 말하는 완벽한 투사입니다. 5월 11일 오후 5시, 또 다른 목격자가 보안관실에 나타납니다.
It's just things that he would have had in the back of his truck that would have blown out in that time frame. Also, right in that same area on the side of the road, I saw a letter So I stopped because I do the mail, so it caught my eye, and so we stopped. And inside there was a piece of mail, and it's Alan Bruce. It's with his address and everything on it.
지난밤 트럭이 세워져 있던 언덕 주변에서 그녀는 패트릭의 차에서 떨어져 나간 잔해들을 찾아냅니다. 그리고 그 흔적은 앨런의 본명과 이어져 있었죠. 당일 저녁 현장을 사사치 감식하고 차량을 회수하기 위해 수사팀이 산에 오릅니다. 마을로 가져온 트럭 안에서는 핏자국이 묻어있는 앨런 브루스 명의의 편지가 추가로 발견됐습니다. 심지어 내부 곳곳에는 뇌조직으로 의심되는 물질까지 남아있었죠. 패트릭이 산 위에서 겪은 일이 단순한 사고가 아닐 가능성이 갈수록 기정사실화되고 있습니다.
It's been sitting.
It's been sitting for a hot minute.
Well, that rain.
The rain will sink it.
Well. No, that's not new growth underneath.
No.
I think there's a calculation you can do based on the amount of rain and how much it's sank.
다찌 차량은 최소 며칠 동안 그곳에 방치되어 있었습니다. 게다가 목요일이나 금요일 무렵 패트릭을 마지막으로 목격한 사람이 앨런이라는 사실이 드러나면서 경찰의 의심은 갈수록 커졌습니다. 결국 다음 날 수사관들은 다시 앨런의 사유지를 찾아갑니다.
Hey, Alan. How's it going? Hopefully your day's a little better than when I last ran into you. You said everything was, well, your truck's still broken down, I guess, so maybe that's not the case. You just hop in the front there.
Health insurance companies, we got unfinished business.
Yeah, he's still got stuff on your property too to get off too, huh? So, I mean, y'all were getting along for a while there, but then, what happened there even? He just started accusing you of stuff, or?
Yeah. All of a sudden it was, you been in my trailer?
한편 목장에서는 경찰이 의문의 트레일러를 조사하고 있습니다.
Sheriff's office, anybody in the RV? I'm opening the door. Sheriff's office, anybody in here?
Rifle case, no rifle.
Interesting.
평소 패트릭이 소지하고 다니던 총기는 그의 전기톱과 마찬가지로 온데간데 없이 사라진 상태입니다. 수사팀의 수색은 난관에 부딪혔습니다. 앨런의 부지에는 온갖 물건들이 널려 있어 패트릭의 소지품을 따로 추려내기란 불가능에 가깝습니다. 설상가상으로 앨런이 그곳에 워낙 많은 작업 흔적을 남겨둔 바람에 범죄가 일어난 현장 자체를 특정하는 것조차 버거운 상황입니다.
Oh, it stinks bad.
Yeah, this is the only spot that looks fresh that I've seen. Fresh dug.
Yeah, this is where Jared described he was raking, was right here. Do we want to call out the cadaver dog? Craig was asking if we want that out here.
Go ahead and do it while we're here. We've got it cleared. It might be the best way to get something to hold him for now.
She go in here?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, because it's going to get searched.
Okay.
잡동사니가 산더미처럼 쌓인 이곳에서 시체 탐지견이 유독 강하게 반응한 곳이 있었습니다. 바로 마당 한 구석에 방치된 소각통이었죠.
I'm rolling. Cleaned out.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
No,
we got our window.
gonna burn moth. We'll have to carefully lay that out and see if we can see like a bullet hole or something.
Brown.
Down the window, latex gloves.
Latex gloves, windows.
그 안에서는 피 묻은 라텍스 장갑과 깨진 유리, 그리고 불에 탄 사람의 뼈 조각이 발견됩니다. 눈에 뻔히 보이는 곳에 끔찍한 범죄 현장을 숨겨두고 있었던 겁니다. 보안관이 계속해서 수색을 하는 도중 앨런의 동생인 브라이언으로부터 전화가 옵니다.
Hey, so when's the last time you texted them then? Anytime recently or?
Yeah. You know, I texted him about a week ago and told him I drug his crap off my brother's lot. Because my brother's been asking him to get the hell out of there for about 2 months. Just remember, you f with me, you f with all of us, you'll lose. Best thing for you to do is pack up and leave Custer County and don't come back. That's what, you know, because he said Pat's threatened him and waved a big ass gun at him. So,
Oh, okay.
He's expressed some fear to me.
이 일을 계기로 사건은 전혀 새로운 국면으로 접어듭니다. 그리고 불과 몇 시간 뒤 형사들을 만나기 위해 브라이언이 앨런의 집의 모습을 드러냅니다.
I'm Alan's brother.
Okay, I'm Sergeant Tuttle with the State Police. So obviously your brother got himself in a lot of trouble.
That's what it sounds like.
Some of the questions we are trying to figure out is where he got the gun and what he did with that gun.
I don't know where he got the gun from initially.
Okay.
I took the gun for collateral against a loan that I gave him.
Okay.
And it was probably about a week ago. He said that Shelton was threatening his life, waving a gun at him.
Okay.
And he felt afraid for his life and he wanted his gun back. So, like a dumb shit, I gave him his gun back. Then it was sometime last week I saw Shelton's truck in here.
Okay.
And what I done know, when my brother had moved the stuff just to try to get the pressure off of my brother, I text Shelton and I told him, hey, I moved your crap off of my brother's lot.
Okay.
You know, and so then he texted me back when he got to town going, I got a beef with you, you know. I told him, well, bring it, you know. You know, I was just trying to keep my brother from being, you know, I mean, Shelton's a drunk and a dope fiend.
Okay.
You know, it's like every time I seen him down here, he was either drinking or spun up on meth, you know, and just going nonstop. You know, I almost always had a bottle of hooch. You know, so I figured, well, the guy's kind of a madcap, and maybe if I could redirect his energy towards me, you know, I mean, I have nothing to fear, you know.
브라이언은 패트릭을 굉장히 부정적인 인물로 묘사합니다. 그가 게으르고 남과 언쟁하기를 좋아할 뿐만 아니라 꽤나 위험한 인물이라고까지 말하죠. 갈수록 격해지는 두 사람의 갈등이 고스란히 담긴 문자 메시지 내역을 보면 이 주장이 어느 정도 사실인 것처럼 보입니다. 하지만 현 시점에서 행방불명된 사람은 단 한 명뿐입니다. 그리고 그건 앨런이 아니죠.
One of the things I'm trying to wrap my head around is what your brother told me. I'm like, how did he do that by himself? He's not a very big guy. Like, how would he move things around without somebody helping him?
Who?
Your brother. Like, if he, let's just say that if he shot Shelton and took him somewhere and dumped his body, who would he call to help him?
I have no clue. I mean, he wouldn't call me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Does he have good friends that...
Not that I know
Obviously,
of.
your brother's
not
going to tell us shit about who helped him.
Brian doesn't reject the possibility that his brother killed Patrick.
I don't know. I don't know what he's capable of. You know, I mean...
Right. But a cadaver dog hitting on other spots on the property that have bone fragments, and the only thing that dog is trained to hit on is dead humans, which tells me those bones are probably human. I'm not an anthropologist. I don't know. You know, there was only two people here that night, you and him. Right? There's nobody else that I can talk to. Can't find him. So it just makes, like I said, I'm just going to ask you straight up, man to man. I mean, if you didn't do it and somebody else did, can you point me in the right direction?
I can't do that. I don't know anybody else is out here.
그는 자신이 유일한 용의자란 걸 알고 있지만 여전히 무너지지 않고 있습니다.
So we're still going to continue to investigate this case with your help or without your help. We're still going to dig through.
I mean, there's still some things that like concern me, like, and I don't know if you were asking about like who drove the truck up in the mountains.
Nobody drove it. I told you up there.
여기서 그는 뭔가 인정을 하기 시작합니다.
What'd you do with the dog?
Left it in the truck. I was going to dispatch it, but I didn't want to kill it.
I mean, we're in a rock and a hard place right now, right? It's where we've been all day. It's where we're going to continue to be until we can completely wrap this up and figure out what the hell actually happened.
Well, dude, come on. Did you burn a body? Come on.
Yeah, I did.
And you didn't tell anybody. So, like, look at it from our point of view. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we got to try to find those guns. You know, we do the right thing for Patrick's family. You know what I mean? We got to try to find that body. You know, we got to do the right thing for his family.
There is no body found. He was reduced down to nothing. Nothing.
Did you chop him up?
No, I threw him in a burn barrel with a bunch of wood underneath him. Yeah, I chopped him up. I did. I chopped him up.
빠져나갈 구멍이 사라지자 완강히 혐의를 부인하던 앨런의 태도가 돌변합니다. 그는 패트릭을 살해하고 시신을 토막 내 불태웠다는 사실을 덤덤하게 털어놓습니다.
Like, did you? I mean, because you can take a shoulder off with a sharp knife, pretty easy. Like,
I took a chainsaw to him.
okay, where's the chainsaw?
It's gone. It's gone.
Did you throw it in the river?
I got rid of it. Believe me, I burned it. You might find it in that burn barrel. Yeah, there was nothing left in him. No bones, no nothing.
Okay.
Maybe you find some keys and keychain or a wallet chain or something like that, but these ashes, nothing.
So where did you chainsaw him at?
Right back there. I tried to hide it and get away with it.
Yeah. And like I said, we're just trying to, get some closure for his family and present the picture so that everybody understands why you did what you did.
Said you better pull the trigger. Mother, come up with the gun. That point.
하지만 그토록 끔찍한 훼손을 저지르고도 패트릭이 먼저 총을 겨눴다며 정당방위를 주장하죠. 이 순간 우리는 그의 교활한 심리를 꿰뚫어봐야 합니다. 과연 극한의 스트레스로 인한 인지 부조화일까요? 아니면 형량을 깎기 위한 철저한 계산일까요? 진짜 정당방위였다면 경찰에 즉시 신고했겠지만 그는 시신을 은닉하고 증거를 인멸했습니다. 즉 이 주장은 법망을 빠져나가기 위한 의도적인 거짓말입니다. 하지만 동시에 타인의 고통에 공감하지 못하는 나르시시스트 특유의 자기 합리화이기도 합니다. 그놈이 먼저 원인 제공을 했으니 죽어 마땅했다며 스스로를 억울한 피해자로 둔갑시키는 거죠. 법을 기만하려는 얄팍한 계산과 자신의 잔혹성을 정당화하는 뒤틀린 애고가 만들어낸 소름 끼치는 변명입니다. 결국 그는 체포되어 1급 살인 혐의로 기소됩니다. 여기에 증거인멸, 경찰에 사망 사실을 신고하지 않은 혐의, 그리고 불법 총기 소지 혐의까지 추가되었죠. 이토록 끔찍한 범죄가 벌어지자 지역사회 전체가 큰 충격에 휩싸였습니다.
I am standing outside the Custer County Sheriff's Office in Chalice, where they tell me they are unable to answer my questions at this time. Locals tell me Alan Douglas Bruce has a reputation in this town of being a public nuisance and is not well liked in his community. Everyone I spoke with were weary to go on camera.
That Pat was a far cry from a good man, but he didn't need to be shot by Alan Bruce.
I had been living out at his place, and one day he told me that he was gonna kill Pat, and I'm like, nah, you shouldn't do that. And but then one day, the next time he came by, he said he was gonna do something and showed me a pistol, and I just didn't really think he was serious, and heard that had happened.
Went and purchased 22 shells and gave them to a minor, which in California, I think that was illegal for whatever reasons. He violated on that. He violated testing dirty before. But what I guess the straw that broke the camel's back, and it's on public record in California, is that his final violation was he got charged with, I believe it was assault with a deadly weapon. I think he pulled a gun on somebody down there.
Yeah.
So, and then, his ex-wife, or deceased wife now, she told me that when Alan was living up at Alta, California, up there where he had some equipment up there, and she said he was afraid he was going to kill somebody because he's out there in the middle of the night firing rifle shots at people that he suspects are out there stealing his equipment, So, has never been afraid to use a gun,
검찰은 앨런이 범행을 은폐하려 한 정황과 사라진 총기들, 그리고 아직 찾지 못한 남은 시신 일부에 대한 증거를 확보하고자 했습니다. 이를 위해 7월, 검찰은 앨런의 지인 중 한 명에게 연락을 취합니다.
We have information that Mr. Alan Bruce. Do you know Alan Bruce?
I do know Alan.
Okay, we have information that Alan gave you a couple of firearms sometime in mid-May.
He did.
Okay, do you still have those firearms?
I do.
You do. Okay, I have a warrant. All I want is those two firearms. You tell me where they're at. Hold on.
One is hanging up in the hallway.
Okay.
In a gun rack.
Okay.
And another one is when you open up
door, there's a cabinet there. It's top drawer.
Remember when when Alan brought those guns and stuff over to you?
I believe it was a Sunday or Saturday, a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
A Sunday or a Saturday a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back about the middle of May. Okay. Did he tell you where he'd gotten them from?
He told me where he had gotten the pistol from.
Okay.
Okay. Where did he get the pistol from?
What did he tell you about it?
He told me that him and Pep were having another argument. Now, it can be a little dramatic, I thought.
Okay.
Anyway, so he said, yep. I told him to get off the property. I was going to shoot him, and he pointed between his eyes and said, "Well, take your best shot." And so I did. And I'm going, well, that doesn't sound good. I hope it works out for you. I didn't realize that he was actually telling what actually happened.
So did he tell you? What did he tell you to do with those guns? Just said hold on to them, or what did he ask you to do?
He said hold on to them till somebody else comes and asks for them.
그리고 얼마 뒤 그의 주장이 얼마나 치밀하게 계획된 살인이었는지를 증명하는 퍼즐 조각이 맞춰집니다. 수색 첫날 밤 앨런이 수상하게 강가를 배회했던 진짜 이유가 드러났죠. 2달 뒤 세먼강에서 지역 어부에 의해 또 다른 소각통이 발견됩니다. 앨런은 그 안에 패트릭의 토막난 시신을 담아 강에 버렸음을 결국 실토합니다. 더욱 소름 돋는 것은 이 끔찍한 사건의 발단입니다. 앨런은 패트릭의 캠핑카를 고의로 망가뜨린 뒤 그가 분노에 찾아올 것을 미리 알고 어둠 속에서 숨어 기다리고 있었습니다. 스스로 덫을 놓고 사냥감을 기다렸으면서 경찰과 법정 앞에서는 살기 위한 정당방위였다며 뻔뻔한 연기를 했던 겁니다.
How long has it been since he hits his truck until you're hiding over there waiting?
This is 10 o'clock at midnight.
Okay.
He's waiting there. I got night vision.
Okay.
I got binoculars. I'm watching. He's sitting in his truck and waiting for me to come out and show himself. He doesn't know I'm here or not. He sat out with what you got. You want some of this? He goes, you better pull the trigger, mother. And he comes up with that 45. When that 45 come up, it was near him.
Okay.
That's the way it went down.
This is going to sound like a dumb question, but why didn't you call the cops?
Because I figured you shut off the shovel out here and maybe it'll just go away.
하지만 상황은 그의 뜻대로 흘러가지 않았습니다. 결국 앨런은 2급 살인과 증거인멸 혐의에 대해 유죄를 인정하죠. 하지만 몇 주 뒤에 열린 그의 선고 공판은 결코 순탄하게 진행되지 않습니다.
Client would like to withdraw his plea so I apologize to the court. I didn't have time to prepare and file a motion.
그의 요청은 단호히 기각되었습니다. 법원이 곧바로 선고 공판 절차를 이어가는 가운데 패트릭의 딸 중 한 명이 무거운 마음으로 일어나 발언대에 섭니다.
And then Alan Bruce, the man who murdered my father, sends a letter to my sister saying that he's done us all a favor by dismembering him and destroying what was left. Saying that we probably couldn't have afforded a funeral anyways if there had been a body to bury. So at least he saved us a quick buck. It's disgusting and pathetic, and it reveals a person who shows no remorse for what he's done and the people he's hurt. It exposes the ugliest a person can be.
이 편지의 분량은 자그마치 18페이지에 달했지만 그 안에서 일만의 죄책감이나 반성은 찾아볼 수 없었습니다. 실제로 앨런은 재판을 받는 내내 끝까지 뻔뻔하고 반항적인 태도를 고수합니다.
All I can say is that I observed Patrick Shelton hunting me down with a revolver in his hand that night before he got in his truck to go down to his place.
그는 판사를 설득하지 못합니다.
You pursuant to the plea agreement to a 20-year term of incarceration with the Idaho Department of Corrections. 10 years of that sentence would be a fixed term before you're eligible for parole, and then an additional 10-year indeterminate period to follow should the parole board deem it appropriate to consider you as a candidate for parole.
앨런 브루스는 결국 2급 살인 및 증거인멸 혐의로 징역 20년을 선고받습니다. 판결에 따라 최소 10년을 복역해야 가석방 심사 자격이 주어지는데요. 이른이라는 그의 나이를 고려하면 80세가 되어서야 바깥 공기를 마실 수 있는 사실상 종신형이나 다름없는 결과였죠. 끝내 유해조차 찾지 못한 패트릭의 비극, 망상과 통제욕이 빚어낸 평범해 보이는 70대 노인의 이면에는 자신만의 뒤틀린 정의로 무장한 통제불능의 괴물이 숨어 있었습니다. 오늘의 사건 분석은 여기까지입니다. 영상이 흥미로우셨다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드리며 여러분의 생각은 어떠신지 댓글로 남겨주세요. 지금까지 범죄 읽어주는 심리학자였습니다.